12 million copies sold, great reviews, one of the best-selling games of all time, Twitter mocking Western game dev. Elden Ring no doubt is a huge success, and of course when the game gets so much attention there is always gonna be a ton of controversies, arguments, especially when it hits mainstream. And don't get me wrong, I also have a few problems with Elden Ring, even though I enjoy it a lot. But don't worry, this isn't another 3-hour retrospective critique analysis of Elden Ring yet, because I still haven't finished the game, and at the moment I'm stuck on that one boss. What was their name? Oh yeah, Real Life. And yeah, that one. But this video is not about Millennia Blade of Megala either. When I entered the area and I knew what was waiting for me, my first thoughts were, is this guy still here? And I know you know who I was referring to. And I thought it's interesting how this guy has become such a strong association to that boss. As you could have already guessed, this video is about that one guy, the myth, the legend, or I would say about how these legends are basically the reflection of the community. But before we start, do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button, you know the drill, right? Because it does help a lot. Like seriously, do it. If you for some reason don't know who Let Me Solo Her is, this is the guy who in short period of time has become a symbol of hope for thousands of tarnished, and I'm not even joking, thousands who's been living through their Groundhog Day again and again and again.
I am Millennia. Blade.
He's like that anime main character. In season 1, Millennia beat the shit out of him, but he didn't give up and keep on training until he mastered the sword. And in season 4, he slaps her ass in every fucking world she's alive. And now he's guiding others, those who are like him in the past still have a long road ahead. When a guy being a third phantom kills one of the hardest boss almost without a single hit all by himself and does it again and again, the community will praise it. No shit. And the rest, as they say, is history. Some people might argue that Marcelo Her's legend status, saying he's not the only one who can beat her hitless, nor he's not the one who's come up with this iconic appearance, thus he shouldn't be praised that much. The main statement I often see is not that skilled to receive this status. But let me tell you, Let Me Solo Her is something more than just a guy who learned Millennia's moveset. It's a cultural phenomenon. The idea is what makes this whole thing special. The idea of dedicating yourself to that one specific boss. The idea of being that local little hero who's always gonna be here for help.
Am I a hero? I really can't say, but yes.
I think this is what resonated within the community when first boss started to appear. The more people knew about him, the more people recognized their encounter with the same person, the more legendary status he gained, and lots of people knew about him, but nobody knew exactly who he was. That mystery connected lots of people who've experienced the same thing, making them feel they are a part of something unique, something big, something that brings that feeling of community. Let Me Solo Her as an idea is a cultural phenomenon, and not the fact that this is a certain guy who can easily dodge waterfall dance. I can't, so that actually good enough for me. In fact, to remain its legendary status, it shouldn't be just a certain guy. Let Me Solo Her should have his own copycats, followers who act on his behalf, and only then he'll truly become a legend. In my memory, Soulsborne community has experienced it only once, and now it's not John Dark Soul.
Initiate phase 1. Power up the base cannon. Fire.
Giant Dad, probably one of the most identifiable characters in all of the Soul series even after a decade. for all these Soulsborne newcomers, and there might be a couple of them out there I suppose. A little throwback in history, Giant Dad, also known as The Legend, is an ironic PvP build in Dark Souls created by Only Afro. It was created right after Darkwood Crane Ring was nerfed in 1.06 patch. Before the patch, the ring let you flip like a ninja at a 50% equip load. As a result, tons of hollow mums flipping around you like that one annoying fly while you're trying to sleep. Pre-patch PvP was floated by Havel mums, and fighting against them hardly can be called a great PvP experience. So after the patch, the ring let you flip at a 25% equip load, which killed this build entirely. And then he came. The lore behind his name is pretty simple, and there is actually not much to talk about. The whole point of it was in getting the best results with the fewest points, min-maxing, and making fun of those Havel moms by having everything they had but basically being relevant and better optimized. Great defense, fast roll, HP, endurance, and the memes. Of course, the memes. And that's it. The build went viral and became iconic, so iconic that even now you can find a bunch of references both from Soulsborne creators and devs themselves. What's interesting in those cases is how different they are and how the entire tone around them have changed throughout the years. Giant Dad is an embodiment of an average PvP experience for a person who's not that interested in PvP or just not good enough at it.
Giant Dad, no!
It's a toxic invader who's gonna ruin all the fun, but a little bit of practice and will to get into PvP and Giant Dad is no longer a threat, and unfortunately most of the players choose to ignore that aspect of the game. Thus, you died on the screen, well, what is it in your face, and get good in your DMs. So seeing Let Me Solo her becoming a new rising star among the community was an interesting dynamic to observe. The transition from this edgy PvP oriented trash talker to a wholesome jolly cooperator clearly shows how the community has changed as well. And some people probably are not happy with that, but the fact does remain. And the roots of that I see in a huge success of Elden Ring that brought dozens of new players who's mostly interested in PvE. Another thing is that PvP in Elden Ring is experiencing some trouble at the moment. On top of that, there is a tendency towards making gaming space less toxic, so it's not surprising that Let Me Solo Her gained so much popularity. But will he remain that popularity and his iconic status? Only time knows. No wonder they say the legend never dies. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, don't forget to subscribe, say something nice in the comments, and also don't forget to check out these videos right there. You might like them too. Thank you. Bye.